You're tuned into the first newscast devoted to the Highland Lakes area. Local team coverage on Tribune Headline News, bringing you the stories you care about now. Hi everyone, I'm Connie Swinney. You've tuned us in on Northland Communications Channel 15. A close call for about 1,000 Burnet area residents after a weekend brush fire prompts evacuations. By Tuesday morning, firefighters continued battling hot spots.
You've got so much fuel on the ground, the least little spark or the least little thing that flares up is going to have to reactivate those fires.
The smoke is finally cleared, and we have an update on 2 minor injuries. Horseshoe Bay police report 3 arrests on the water during the holiday weekend. Boaters suspected of being intoxicated cause a commotion near a waterfront home. And a fond farewell for the class of 2011. We have your Marble Falls High School graduation images.
After Wednesday, could we see triple-digit heat? Details later in weather.
Thanks, Jared. See you in a moment. Those local stories plus details about a summer basketball camp. This is Tribune Headline News. We'll be right back after the break. We're back. The smoke has cleared and hundreds of families are back in their homes. But it's been a turbulent few days for residents of the Summit Ridge area near Burnet. Raymond Whelan has this story.
Dozens of firefighters remained on standby through Tuesday morning, even as authorities reported a brush fire south of Summit Ridge Road, 100% contained. On Sunday, conditions prompted firefighters to launch a full-scale attack against the blaze by air as well as on the ground.
The weather is not being our friend today. Unfortunately, the winds right now are out of the south from 16 miles per hour with gusts of 29. They're forecast to be between 30 and 35 this afternoon. 56% relative humidity and the temperature is 82 degrees. All of that's going to impact our firefighting on the event today.
Dozens of fire crews from both Burnet and Williamson counties responded. They worked day and night through Tuesday to knock down and stay ahead of hotspots. The biggest concern involved protecting residents along Summit Ridge Road in the area off Highway 29 and just off County Road 200 east of Burnet.
We had to do 3 different evacuations yesterday, and the total combined of all 3 evacuations was 476 homes. A little over 1,000 people evacuated.
Volunteers with Burnet's First Baptist Church Family Life Center handled evacuees and provided food for them, as well as emergency crews at the command center in town. No homes were damaged. However, officials reported at least 2 minor injuries involving firefighters who were treated on the scene. The brush fire scorched nearly 300 acres in a swath primarily east of the city. Investigators blame a possible spark for igniting the blaze.
The fire was started by a railroad car on the train right just north of the Highway 29 intersection.
Reporting for the Picayune TV, I'm Raymond Whelan.
Now here's a brief look at other reports from agencies during the holiday weekend. On Sunday, Horseshoe Bay authorities say they arrested 3 suspects during an alcohol-fueled incident on Lake LBJ. 21-year-old Michael Cameron Jackson of Dallas was charged with aggravated boating while intoxicated. On a boat with him and charged with public intoxication were 21-year-old Austin Wed James of Addison and 21-year-old Ryan Benjamin LaVille of Houston. Authorities say they were called to a house on Applehead Island around 2 a.m. for occupants of a boat yelling threats at people at a residence. Investigators say the boaters also taunted police, turned off their lights, and tried to escape. The suspects were eventually caught in a dead-end cove and arrested. More charges are possible. And on Lake Buchanan, a 47-year-old Dripping Springs man reportedly drowned struggling in deep water against the current and high winds. The suspected drowning happened as Henry Scripps was swimming about 5 p.m. that day off Shaw Island on the northwest portion of the lake.
Hello everyone. If you think highs in the mid-90s are hot, Then I've got bad news. It's only going to get hotter. We're looking at highs in the upper 90s for the rest of the week. Now here's your Highland Lakes forecast for Northland 15 and the Picayune TV. Wednesday, we've got mostly sunny skies, but a high near 94, south wind between 5 and 10 miles an hour. Then Wednesday night, we've got partly cloudy skies, a low around 69, winds still between 5 and 10. Thursday, we warm up, mostly sunny with a high near 99, south wind between 5 and 15, gusting up to 20. Thursday night, then we've got partly cloudy skies, a low again around 69, winds between 5 and 10 out of the south. Friday, again, a hot day, highs near 98. South wind between 5 and 15. It looks right now like we'll keep those highs that flirt with 100, but the weekend could bring a slight chance of rain to cool us down. We'll keep you posted as the week goes on. For Northland 15 and the Picayune TV, I'm Jared Fields.
We are established. We are qualified. We are certified. We are knowledgeable. We are dependable. We are Ken's Heating and Air. Our people make the difference.
While most people are enjoying the Memorial Day weekend, several Marble Falls High School football players were making their presence felt at the Round Rock Westwood 7-on-7 qualifying tournament on Saturday. The Mustangs went 2-1, losing 21-20 to Westwood, which ended up winning the whole thing and got the automatic qualifier to the state tournament in July. Marble Falls then turned around, beat Cedar Park High School 40-20, and then of course beat Vista Ridge 38-30. Quarterback Zed Warner, now in his third year as the starter for the 7-on-7 team, threw several touchdown passes, a lot of them to several different receivers. Coach Jerry Watson said he was pleased with the effort of the boys and looks forward to the next qualifying tournament. That will be later in June. Now, we do want to make mention of the fact that for people who want to get better at basketball, there is an option. Bruce Etheridge, the Marble Falls High School boys head basketball coach, is giving his camp next week starting on Monday through Thursday, $60 of the cost from 9 a.m. to noon. We did get a chance to talk to Coach Etheridge about his camp. Here's what he had to say.
I just think it's important that our young kids see where their work and their effort is going to lead to later. We want our kids to be positive people and be able to work with our youngsters and make a difference. And we have great role models. Those guys serve as role models. Even the former players, they serve as great role models. They end up going to college and coming back and spending time with our young kids. So I really feel like that's important.
If anybody wants to contact Coach Etheridge, his email address is betheridge@mfisd.txed.net. That's it for sports. I'm Jennifer Fierro. Connie, back to you.
Jennifer, thanks. It was so long, and thanks for all the memories during the Marble Falls High School Class of 2001 commencement exercise this past Saturday. Daniel Clifton has more.
Guests overflowed the Marble Falls High School Stadium at 2101 Mustang Drive Saturday. And it wasn't for a football game. Families came to watch the graduation of 254 seniors in the class of 2011. Buffeted sometimes by gusts of wind, the Mustangs laughed, shook hands, and shared fond memories. Valedictorian Kylie Ann Futrell addressed the crowd offering words of inspiration. Alana Woolley was named the salutatorian of the class of 2011. During the ceremonies, graduating students made their way through the procession with pride, to the tune of pomp and circumstance. School officials announced that this class was awarded about $2.5 million in scholarships. It was obviously a thrill for the students to receive their diplomas, followed by the traditional turning of the tassel, and then the ceremonial tossing of the mortar boards.
It's really liberating. Just so much future ahead of us and so many opportunities.
I've actually been to every single year's graduation because I've had so many friends in the various senior classes. And it's exactly what I always saw, and I'm glad it was finally my turn.
I'm kind of scared and nervous about what's going to happen now, and my life's changing, but I'm looking forward to it, looking forward to starting over.
New beginnings filled with promise and continued success for the class of 2011. Reporting for the Picayune TV, I'm Daniel Clifton.
Those were your headlines. Stay tuned. Daniel Clifton joins us once again for the Picayune Roundup with all the best images of activities honoring our servicemen and women during the Memorial Holiday. For the Picayune TV, I'm Connie Swinney.
Hey everyone, Daniel Clifton here with your Picayune Roundup. It was quite a Memorial Day weekend with a number of events and activities throughout the Highland Lakes. On Memorial Day, we found plenty of images which reminded everyone there was more to the three-day weekend than just barbecues and boating. American flags provided by the Kiwanis Club were out early, lining a number of businesses along Ranch Road 1431 and Highway 281 in Marble Falls. The businesses sponsor the flags and pay an annual fee which assists with scholarships for local students. Memorial Day was a time for families to remember their lost loved ones. And at Lakeland Hills Memorial Cemetery just off Park Road 4 in Burnet County, coordinators were prepared for the influx of families of fallen soldiers.
Honoring their veterans in this area is very important. We have a really strong military presence in Central Texas in general.
About 4,000 people are buried or in the columbarium at the cemetery. Lakeland Hills officials announced they're expanding a site of honor for veterans which extends onto the grounds of the landscaped location complete with a pond. The work is expected to be completed by Veterans Day.
We've always honored all the veterans in the Highland Lakes area. You know, at Lakeland Hills we don't charge veterans for spaces just to keep them here and home, you know, to take the financial burden off of our veterans.
Like the American flag, another traditional symbol of fallen soldiers is the poppy flower. We found volunteers with the Marble Falls VFW post at the entryways of the local Walmart handing out the blooms.
In World War I, the Flanders Fields where a lot of Americans died was covered with poppies, and they used that as the symbol of the poppy to commemorate those fallen veterans.
Donations from people who receive the poppy flowers assist veterans who fall on hard times.
All the money goes to veterans assistance. The primary amount of money is donated to the VA disabled veteran hospitals, and we keep a portion here in Marble Falls for emergencies locally if any veterans need assistance.
The poppy flower fundraising campaign lasted through the weekend into Memorial Day. Every little bit helped, whether it was from customers or the store employees who believed it was an honor to assist those who served the country.
They're out there sacrificing so the rest of us can be safe and enjoy Walmart and all that other good stuff.
It's a community. So we may not all volunteer, but we can all give to those who do volunteer and show our support so that what they do isn't meaningless or in vain.
That was your Picayune Roundup. Thanks so much for joining. For the Picayune TV, I'm Daniel Clifton.